Welcome back to Feel Free, the only podcast that'll tell you to chase your dreams and call you out on all your bullshit, myself included. Got a very special guest here today. Got one of my buddies from my Grand Valley State college days, Dr. Josh Berwanger, here to talk about his disc golfing passion and everything surrounding that. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, brother. Just living life, enjoying being a brand new parent.
Congratulations. That is a beautiful thing. Healthy wife and a healthy baby. That's awesome.
Yeah, amen, brother. Couldn't ask for a better result with all of it. It's been a fun couple of days.
I can imagine, man. Sending all the love and hugs out to you and the Berwanger family. So I wanted to bring you on to talk about this disc golfing thing. I've been seeing videos and reels on social media. Wanted to get the 411, the scoop on it, which brings me to my first question. Are you a professional disc golfer?
So technically, yes. So I turned professional officially in May of last year with the PDGA, which is the Professional Disc Golf Association. For people that don't know what that four-letter acronym is, with the PDGA, you become officially a professional when you accept cash in a tournament. So there's different divisions in disc golf, like competition-wise, and you could play in any division that you so choose. So there's MPO, which is Men's Pro Open. There's MA1, which is like Men's Amateur level 1, so that's the highest, and that goes all the way down to 4. You could pick what division you're in, but you become officially a professional when you've accepted cash. So bigger tournaments, well, any tournament if you're playing in the Open division, which is again the pro division, there's an opportunity if you finish in the top 40% of players to accept cash.
Okay.
I played in Colorado's probably biggest tournament of the year last year, the 303 Open. I finished, I think it was 29th out of 96 competitors and accepted a couple $100 in cash.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, one of the questions I had was, when did you start throwing discs? Because I remember you took me out one time in college when we were just like bored one day in between classes. How long have you been throwing before that, or was that when you started playing disc golf?
I mean, that was relatively early. I maybe had been playing for 4 or 5 months at that point.
Okay.
I started playing, it was Memorial Day weekend of 2015.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we
that's
went
way
out.
back.
Yeah, I know. It's been thinking about it now, it's kind of crazy. It's almost been 8 years of playing now. But we went on a boys disc golf camping trip with some of the guys from Grand Valley. I was like, this sounds dumb. I didn't like the game at the time. I played like maybe once or twice before. I'm like, this is just kind of boring. But we went from Saugatuck, Michigan to Ann Arbor to a place outside Detroit and then down to Columbus, Ohio, and hit like a bunch of like really awesome courses. And all of a sudden I was like, okay, this isn't dumb. This is like super fun. As you get outside, you get into the forest. Like the few times I had played are like some rinky dink courses in like apartment complexes, which just aren't the best way to like really show disc golf. But then when I went and played some like 4.5+ star, 5-star courses, I was like, okay, I could see this. I understand why people like this. And like by the end of the weekend, I'd like completely caught the bug. I'd already beat like some of our buddies that had been playing for years and they were getting real pissed about it.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
I was like, okay, it's like soccer was kind of winding down for me and I needed a competitive like outlet and that really filled that void for me.
So, yeah, I was gonna ask you about the soccer thing because I know you were at like the tail end of your playing career. Was that because of like injuries?
Yeah, so I mean at that point I had missed, so this was after my senior year. So my junior year, I missed the whole season with a broken foot that I had to end up getting surgery on.
Ooh.
And then yeah, that was just a whole to do with the antibiotic resistant infection I got. But yeah, lost that whole season. And then my senior season, I tore my groin first game of the season, and I was like, okay, that's the end of that season too. They offered to give me like a option to play my 5th year, but I was just like, I was so deep in school at that point.
Yeah.
I was just like, I mean, that's when you and I started hanging out a ton. I mean, it
Right.
was like studying nonstop. So I was just like, I don't have the time for this. I'd already kind of lost the dream of playing pro. Like I played semi-professional. I played through like the Fires system and stuff. I'd seen what
Right.
could happen, but I knew that I wasn't at that level and just needed to make a choice towards education. And thankfully, disc golf came into my life at that same time to give me that outlet that I really needed.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's a humbling experience when you have, something you used to have as a dream and it just can't work out that way. Like I would have liked to have been a professional baseball or basketball player, but I just wasn't blessed with the genetics in order to do so. So obviously just had to take a little detour and then you find the things that like truly means something to you, which would be like my writing was a huge thing, or like chemistry for you was a passion that blossomed into something that led you to a very very good place in your life. Honestly, I was gonna ask, so the disc golfing thing around Indiana and Michigan, it's like, yeah, there's some nice courses here. Your new job took you to Colorado though, so how are the courses out there?
So that's one of the beautiful things about being out here. But yeah, so Michigan's great for disc golf. I want to give Michigan all the props that that state deserves. Indiana, on the other hand, not as good. Some of the courses are great, but it's like you're playing in thick woods. But the beautiful thing about Colorado is we have mountains and you could throw off them. There's some fantastic courses within like an hour, hour and a half of where I'm currently living that are like top 10 courses in the world. Absolutely stunning. You're throwing over big valleys. You're playing at 8,000 plus feet above sea level. It's like nothing else in the world. Mountain golf is a truly unique thing, and there's not another sport that I could think of outside of like obviously snowboarding and skiing where you
Right.
could really get up in the mountains and do something like that. It's awesome.
It's almost like hiking while you're playing a sport too.
Hiking with a purpose, as some people call it.
I can see that. Because I mean, I've been seeing like the reels, obviously, you've been putting out on social media, and some of those courses just look absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I mean that's the big draw for it, and that's like why I started posting content. It was I just was playing some of the courses. For instance, there's Beaver Ranch, which is like a top 15 course in the world. I went there all the time, and I was just like, wow, this place is so beautiful. Asked one of my buddies, hey, take some video today, because I would always take pictures while we're playing, but never really took video.
Hmm.
Put a reel together, ended up getting like almost 10,000 views. I'm like, okay, there might be something here with this. And like the more like I've always been into social media, I like looking at it, but I never really was into the posting side.
Right.
Followed a lot of disc golf pages, but you don't see a lot of mountain disc golf. And it's just such a unique thing that not many other sports really offer the views and the ability to get out in the mountains and do that.
Of course, like you said, like maybe with like skiing and snowboarding, but only people with like GoPros can really like do something like that while you're going down a mountain.
It's a very small percentage of people with GoPros that are good enough to make sweet content in the
Right.
mountains.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm definitely not there. I mean, I'm an amateur skier, but I could not do something like that.
Me either, man. I mean, living out in Colorado, I've gotten better, but not that good.
Yeah, right. I can imagine. We were actually going to go skiing at Devil's Head in 2 weeks up in Wisconsin. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's like it's a nice like 2 hour drive, so you can like literally do it in a day and then come back without having to rent like somewhere to stay. So that's nice. So the podcast is generally like a wellness podcast.
Mm,
I'm constantly trying to tell like my listeners big things that have helped me like either through my sobriety and recovery. One of the biggest things I have is like my hobbies. Lisa actually gives me a lot of shit because I pick up too many hobbies and then I get overwhelmed with like just things to do. I like talking to people like you and then other people who have taken things like these hobbies, things that initially you said it was stupid. You're like, this is dumb. I'm just going to go with boys trip, whatever. And then you look at it like 7 years down the road, you're like, this is actually something I'm excited to think about on a daily basis. Like, you have work, you have your relationship, your wife, you have family time, but now like the thing that you're excited about is I'm going to go throw some Frisbees, right?
yeah.
And then you go out into like nature too, which obviously like the science behind like spending extended amount of time in nature for wellness, like the science is there for that. So you're kind of killing two birds with one stone, which is great.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's been one of the things that I think has helped me a lot since getting disc golf into my life and getting more and more into it, especially throughout grad school. It was just an outlet because I mean, to anybody who's listening that was or is currently a student trying to pursue a PhD, those people will understand the fact that that is a grind. You're working insane hours and it's tough, it's stressful. And like you said, one of the things that I actually look forward to at the end of the day is okay, I'm gonna go out to a course, I'm gonna throw some frisbees. And it's also like that chase to continuously get better, I feel like is something that disc golf has given me. It's something I could constantly improve myself on and try to be better than the day before.
Right. Which is cool because it's like a skill and a hobby as well. Like I can't really get to like, so you had said you're a professional disc golfer, right? I play a lot of basketball, probably like 3 to 4 times a week. Like I'm a very avid hooper now. There's absolutely no chance of like getting anywhere close to like even G League or professional with that. But it's constantly something that I'm excited to do. Even on days where I'm not playing 5 on 5, like I'm practicing dribbling and shooting drills. I'm studying like highlights and stuff. Like it's something like consistently I want to get better at. So I'm very excited to do that. And to do that with like disc golfing, like you had that grind with soccer. And like you
Mhm.
were saying, that was winding down. And then you went into grad school for your PhD. And if you didn't have disc golf for like the time in getting your PhD, do you think you would have like tried to fill it with like video games or television or something like that?
I mean, I definitely don't think I would have been spending my time as productively. I mean, I probably would have filled it with like, yeah, probably video games, probably going to the bars more than I needed to,
Right.
definitely not like taking care of myself as well. I mean, I found the gym later in grad school, but like initially that wasn't really a part of my life. But disc golf just kind of always gave me that outlet to health, like spend time in a healthy way for an hour, 2 hours after work, just to like get some fresh air, get outside, get your body moving. And I think that it helped me get through a lot of things because like when things weren't working great in grad school, there was always, all right, at least I could still go out and go practice putting or go do some field work or go play a course and like really decompress a bit and not in a healthy way.
Right. Yeah. And it's nice because, here, if you're living in the Midwest, it's cold as hell here. Like, can't go on hikes, can't go on walks, like, especially when you lived in Michigan and even Indiana. In Colorado, it's not as cold. You're actually able to go like hiking like year round, right?
For the most part, I mean, with where I'm at, being in northern Colorado, it's like you don't think about it until you actually look at a map how far much further south it is than like Chicago is, for instance.
Oh, yeah, for
And it's
sure.
like, for instance, today it's 50 degrees and sunny. I'm looking out at mountains. It's like we get some winter weather here, but in most cases we get snow and then 2 days later it's gone. And that's just because we're so close to the mountains, the systems come through and hit us, and then boom, again it's like 50 degrees. Like it doesn't get super cold or stay super cold out here. So playing year round is doable. A lot of people out here don't do it like I do because they don't like snow and stuff, but I'm a certain kind of crazy, so it is what it is.
Yeah, you're born in the Midwest though too, so you're kind of used to it at that point.
Yeah, I'm like, man, it could be worse. The sun's out, it's 33 degrees. Yes, I'm gonna go outside because it could be 25 degrees. It could be gray, and it could have been gray for the last 2 months, like it is in the Midwest. Here, it's like it's sunny. I'm gonna go outside. I'll figure it out.
Right, right. Got to get that vitamin D in you. Yeah, I listened to the Andrew Huberman podcast a little bit, and he's always just talking about like getting light in your retinas. Like in all of his podcasts, he keeps saying that. So I try and get outside, even when like the last week here, it's been like between like 6 and 10 degrees outside, and it's
Oof.
so friggin' cold. And I'm just like going outside. I'm like trying to get some sun, even though the sun's out, but it's cold as hell. I'm like, I got to do this. It's beneficial for me.
Yeah, I need that vitamin D, even though the air makes my face hurt.
Man, the wind here, and I'm like right next to the airport. I'm literally right next to O'Hare. So
Hmm.
there's not a lot of trees around here. So the wind just comes through and hits you. It's pretty bad. But I wanted to talk more about like the whole professional thing. So you had said technically you were professional last May. That was when
Yeah.
you got paid to
Hmm.
play. How did anything happen after that? You had started putting reels on social media. Did you start meeting sponsors at events? Like, are you in line to play in tournaments outside of Colorado?
So I guess I started doing tournaments. I turned pro, and after I turned pro, I told myself, okay, it's time for me to like start trying to make something of this. Like at the very least, like the hobby itself can get a little bit expensive. I like to collect discs. And I
I
was
saw
like,
your backpack in one of the reels. I was like, oh man.
man, I that's only like 20 of the probably 300 plus that I have at home.
Shit.
But it's like one of like the marketing points for disc golf is it's relatively cheap. You could just go out buy a couple frisbees, but once you get into it, that marketing point goes away. So when
Right.
I turned pro, I'm like, okay, let's see what I can make of this. Like I set a goal for myself. I want to get a sponsor. I want to finish top 25 in the state at the final Colorado State Championship tournament. I want to cash in like 75% of the tournaments I play this year. And I really dug deep and I started talking to people that were sponsored, talking to sponsors, because with disc golf being so small right now, there's a lot of accessibility to people that are high up in different companies. So you could reach out to them on social media and they'll reply to you.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, I know that it's like May and you guys don't do your renews for sponsors until next year. What do you think about my profile? Like, here's an application that I'd give to you right now. What do you think about it? And I sent that out to probably 4 or 5 major disc golf companies, and all of them came back with, you are a good player, and that shows on like your actual player resume,
Right.
but your social media needs to be better. You need to start like actually focusing on that, because realistically, I'm never gonna. I mean, I could, but probably won't be a touring pro at any point.
Mhm.
So you need to diversify what you can actually be. And
Right.
being a social media influencer, I hate that word, but like a social media content creator, I prefer saying, gives more value, because a lot of the touring pros don't really have like the personality. They're selling discs based on the fact that they're good at throwing discs.
Mhm.
Me, on the other hand, I could sell discs by showing these discs in really cool spots or showing really cool content so that
Right.
people could see and associate the name of the companies with the courses that I'm playing at. So that's where the value came from me. So I was talking to, as I started posting more and more, having some of my posts like really blow up, I would always just end up tagging like a bunch of like the large companies in disc golf. Then they started reaching out to me. Hey, here's an application for our sponsorship program next year. Hey, here's some free discs. You want to try them out and throw them for us, and so on. And be like, hey, I like this aspect of your content. Can you try doing this and incorporate our product? Sure, I could
Yeah.
try that. And it just kind of grew from there. And yeah, now it's grown to where it's at now, which is an interesting ride in only a few short months.
Yeah. I mean, how many sponsors do you have right now?
6.
Yeesh.
Yeah,
That's
I pretty much
nice.
have every aspect of my disc golf game is sponsored at this point. I told myself I'm not gonna like rep any companies unless they're giving me free stuff.
I don't blame you though. I mean that's a good median to meet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting in the work.
No, yeah, you deserve it too, and you got a good taste in music too. So all the reels you're making are very relaxing and just awesome to watch. I mean, even for somebody like me who doesn't obviously play disc golf, I appreciate nature, the music, and also just watching the frisbee fly down a mountain. So that's pretty cool. I actually just got my first sponsorship, kind of like an affiliate program.
Mhm.
It's a CBD company for oral pouches to
Nice.
help people quit nicotine. Yeah, I was gonna do a little segment, not in this episode. I'm gonna do something else, but the affiliate program actually just went through today, and I have a couple of their products, so I've been trying them out throughout the week. So they're a little
Congrats.
like, yeah, thank you. They're a little like CBD pouches, like dip, right?
Yeah.
But it's all non-GMO, organic ingredients and stuff, and it's to help people quit nicotine. So I'm like a wellness podcast. A lot of the people who listen like vape or like smoke in general. So I've actually been talking to them about maybe trying the product out. That is actually my first goal of 2023. I'm like, I have to like start reaching out to people on social media to see if I can like get this sponsorship or this affiliate,
Yeah.
and putting yourself out there like actually works.
It really does. I mean, like from my own experience, you just got to put yourself out there. Got to ask. I mean, the worst thing people could say is no. And trust me, I got a lot of no's
Right,
in the
right.
sponsorship realm, or a lot of like lowball offers. That's going to happen. That's a part of it. But you'll find people that value you as much as you value the work you're doing, and
Of course.
those people will be gravitated towards you in one way or another.
Right. So you said you weren't going to be a traveling pro player. Obviously, you got your job, you got your wife and your kid. Obviously, you got other things going on in life. So would you ever play in tournaments outside of Colorado? Has that ever come up?
Yeah, so I'm definitely interested in it. If there wasn't baby this year, I'd already planned on a couple of potential tournaments to go to. But I mean, in the coming years, potentially, yeah, that's something I really want to do. There's a bunch of great tournaments that would be within like an 8 to 10 hour drive or a really short flight that I'd be down to do. For a majority of the tournaments I have this year, I'm going to stay inside the state.
Okay.
But in the future, I'd like to go to bigger ones. I mean, there's great pro tour ones that I may or may not be able to get into. They have different tiering systems, like for their actual elite series, like top level stuff. I can't get into it unless I get a tour card. But for their lower level events, I'll be able to potentially get in if there's anything that's around here. I'd probably try to play those. But the one thing about the Disc Golf Pro Tour is they don't like coming to Colorado because there's a lot of local pros that are really good that don't travel outside the state. So I think they're a little bit scared of us out here.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we got a legend who's outside of Denver. His name's Joe Revere, and nobody wants that guy smoke.
No, nobody wants to see him chuck a
No,
frisbee.
no one wants his smoke, not in this state.
That's awesome. Are you still like working out a lot? Like, I know disc golf is like, you do a lot of walking. I was going to ask, are there any like specific workouts that you can do to kind of like give you an edge with your throwing arm or something?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I like during grad school, it was different, and I kind of found like the way to actually work my body to be healthier and stronger within the game. Originally was doing like a lot of powerlifting, a lot of Olympic lifting, and I found that if anything, it kind of became a detriment to my form just because I was tense, not really loose. I mean, I was strong, but not functionally strong. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I've moved more towards like functional strength. I've been doing a lot of yoga. I've been doing a
Okay.
lot of like high intensity interval training, resistance training instead of
Hmm.
like the classic power lift. So I mean, since I've really committed to disc golf, I went from like 205 pounds, the stereotypical trying to lift, get big body, to
Right.
now I've cut my weight down to like 185. I'm a little more lanky, but I think I'm a lot more functionally strong than I've ever been. And I think adding yoga in has been good as well to just be confident and strong within my own body weight, because that's really key in disc golf, is being able to shift your weight and be able to control your weight shifts into your shots, especially on the
Right.
drive.
That's interesting because I did the same thing for basketball. Like, I can't put on a lot of weight because it'll also like mess up my shot.
Hmm.
And my brother, who's training for the Olympics for his mile run right now, he doesn't put any muscle on. He's
Yeah.
like 100, he's like 140 pound string bean. But he got me on doing like plyometric trainings to like help strengthening my tendons and my legs and stuff like that.
I've been doing a ton of that as well. And like, from my like soccer career, I've had plenty of injuries. And I
Right.
think a lot of it was just incorrect training, because
Right.
like I had knee issues, I had hamstring issues, I had groin issues, I had hip flexor issues. You name an issue from my hip down, I've had it probably twice. And I think it was just that I was doing like Olympic powerlifting, which like, yeah, that makes you stronger, but functionally it doesn't. And when you hear like a lot of like NFL players, people will ask, "What do you bench?" I don't know. I haven't benched in years. Like a lot of them maybe in the off season do like the powerlifting, the power training, but like a majority of high level athletes in season aren't doing that type of thing. They're doing more functional strength or resistance strength.
Right. And I mean, that's just what their trainers are. That's what science has just proven that you should be doing more, like you said, functional workouts, for your tendons and so your muscles move together like that.
Yeah.
Because, being strong only gets you so far, especially for a sport where you need technique.
Oh yeah. And like most sports are technique based in one way or another. If you're not able to control your body in space,
Right.
what's the point of being strong?
Exactly. It's not like we're powerlifting in the Olympics. So what would we need to lift like 300 pounds for? Right.
I mean, it is kind of cool that Jalen Hurts can say he could squat over 600 pounds. That's sick. But
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I could never, man.
no, that's
My
insane.
knees are bad too, so I wouldn't even trust myself doing something like that.
No, 200 pounds sounds scary to my knees.
Right. I actually do bench though, like, occasionally, but I actually do lower weight reps instead of trying to max out the bench.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing a lot of as well.
Right. So hold on one sec. I'm actually like flying all over my like outline right now.
Sorry,
So
man. I do that to people sometimes.
no, you're good. I mean, it's a good conversation regardless. So you started playing in Michigan. That was kind of the time where you actually took me out and I played for the first time too.
Yeah.
And when you moved to Indiana and you were doing your PhD there, you already talked shit about Indiana not having good courses, right? Were you just playing casually there? Like you had said, it was just like something to like kind of get your mind off of the PhD thing. Did you ever think that you could be a professional disc golf player before you moved to Colorado? Was that like a thought?
Not really, no. So I did start playing competitively in like the amateur divisions back in 2019. When I
Okay.
moved out to Indiana, like I started playing in some leagues, and I found I was pretty good in the leagues, but people were like, "Hey, you should come out for some tournaments." I started playing tournaments. I'm like, "Oh, this is kind of fun." Instead of just like competing against myself, which predominantly that's what disc golf was up until that point. It's just versus me versus the course. I was like,
Right.
okay, let's like try to cut my teeth, get my chops, against other people and see how good I am. And I mean, I won the third tournament I ever played in as an amateur. It was like AM3 division, so it's not like really good. It's like you have AM1, AM2, AM3, so the third best version of the AMs, but still won that tournament. I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun. So kind of caught the bug of like competing. 2019, I think I played in 8 or 10 tournaments, and like I had one win, 3 or 4 podium finishes. I qualified for the Michigan State tournament. I finished pretty decent there. And I was like, okay, I was going to start continuing to play. And then 2020 happened, pandemic shuts everything down. But the good thing about it is disc golf never shut down during that time. And like,
Yeah.
if you're intimately connected to the sport, you know what an influence that the pandemic had on the sport, because the sport boomed, and it was like really interesting because the player base almost doubled between the start of 2020 and the start of 2022. So the sport got really big, and then I just kept playing because it's like one of the only things you could do during that time. I go out, play 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times a day, just because I'm like, okay, I can't just sit in my apartment. I got to do something.
Right.
And that constant play really increased my skill like quite a bit. And then when I moved out to Colorado, I was like, okay, I'm going to commit back to trying to play tournaments. I feel like this is something that I could do. And like I hadn't played a tournament round in like 2 years, 2.5 years. And I signed up for a tournament outside of Denver. I decided to put myself in AM1, which is the highest amateur level.
Hmm.
There's like 30 people there. I got second place, lost by 1 stroke to somebody who's very good. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm a little bit better than I thought I was. And then starting last season, I played the Rocky Mountain Amateur Championship, which is the biggest AM tournament in Colorado and one of the biggest amateur tournaments in the West. And there was, I think, like over 100 competitors. I can't remember. I ended up shooting the hot round first round, so I was in first place. I ended up finishing tied for fifth in that. So I was like, okay, maybe I could start doing this professionally, and that's what got me towards it now.
Right. Those are still some good numbers though to be that high up there, you know?
Yeah.
Especially for a hobby. I mean, you had said like, yeah, my skill like increased during the pandemic cuz disc golfing didn't stop. And then to be like up in the top 5, top 10 for amateurs, I'm like that's amazing.
Yeah, it's been it's been a wild ride. And now it's like in my area, I see myself as like a top 5 professional in the state. Like we could get to that later, but I mean, I'm a top 25 pro in the state, which is crazy.
That's awesome. And Kayla's really supportive of it. Is she come out there with you? Obviously not now, but beforehand, was she out on the course with you?
From time to time. It really isn't her jam. Athletic competitions really aren't her jam, as surprising as that is, being from the family that she's from. It's not it's not really her thing. She'll come out and play. Like when I play small, like shorter courses, she'll come out and have some fun, but it's not really a thing. But I think we've chatted about it more and more because I think she didn't realize how serious and how good I actually was until I started
Right.
getting sponsors and stuff. And now that she's seen it, I think she recognizes it. And we've talked more and more that it's a family friendly activity. It's something we could take the baby out in a stroller and go do and get outside the house and get some fresh air and like get the baby to see nature and things like that, you know?
Right. Yeah, and it's essentially like you said, it's hiking with a purpose, right?
Yeah. Cause that's the one thing. The hiking's great out here, but I get bored just walking. my my ADHD is too much. I can't
Yeah,
keep focused on just only walking. I have to do something.
yeah, you need a goal in mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had the ability to go on as many hikes as you do out there. I mean, out here in near Chicago, all I see is cement.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
miss
we
that.
no, I wouldn't miss it either. We're trying to get out of the state soon, so we actually go to the west side of Michigan. We go camping in South Haven a lot if we're going to try and get any type of nature like that.
Oh yeah.
So, do you have any advice for somebody who might be not, I guess, thinking about turning their hobby into something like professional, but even like people who are maybe just like stuck looking at their phones or their TVs or like work is killing them? I'm trying to like inspire people to go out there and like try and live a more authentic life, you know, with their hobbies or anything. So, is there any advice you could probably give our listeners for that?
Yeah, I absolutely could. And I think this is something that it was a bit of advice that was given to me when I started grad school. And this was said by a fifth year grad student. If you don't know the idea of like a PhD, it's typically a 5 year program. So homeboy had been there for a minute. He's about to finish. He had a bit of wisdom. And we had like an initial like meeting with all of the grad students. We're first years coming in. We have like Q&As and stuff. And I asked him, I'm like, so you're a fifth year. How did you get here? Like, what helped you? And he's like, find a hobby, find something outside of work that gives you energy that you could be passionate about, because there's going to be days at work where things don't go well. There's going to be days where you fail. And if you don't have something outside and those failures begin to pile up, you don't have anything to look at to get yourself out of that hole or to think that you could keep going. And he's like, you need to find a hobby, whether it be cooking, whether it be lifting, whatever it is, something that you could have constant improvement on or constant work towards. It may not even be a goal. It may just be, I want to be better than I was yesterday. And he said that. And I was like, I thought it was really impactful to me, because like, I thought I wasn't going to have time, but you find out in any portion of your life, you always have time if you want to find that time. And if you fill that time with something that gives you energy, it's key to mental health, and it's key to helping you improve inside your job as well as outside. Like, I think having the hunger that I've always had for sports has helped me so much outside of sports, and having disc golf as like this constant thing to where I could focus on this if things are going bad at work, because that happens to everybody. But having that second outlet or third outlet, whatever it may be, gives you something to keep you going. And I feel like that's what it's been for me, is just like something to keep me going when things aren't going so great.
Right, because I mean, in this day and age, I write about it a lot too. Like, we're just overworked, you know.
Yeah.
We're overworked. We're constantly looking at some type of screen to distract us from how we're feeling. And in those moments where, when I put my phone down and I lace up my sneakers to go to the gym and play basketball, I'm like, I don't care about anything other than basketball right now. For those 3 hours, I come back really tired, and I just sit in my chair and I'm like, that was awesome. Like, even though I'm tired for the rest of the night, like, I'm going to go to bed happy because I got to do something I really wanted to.
And the beauty is you get a great night's sleep after, which helps set you up for the next day. Like, I agree with that. It's like, it's so good. Like, I just put my phone, I can't do it anymore, but I used to just put my phone on do not disturb when I was out on the course and just be like, it's just me, whether I'm with some friends or if I'm alone, it's just me in the game. And I could just enjoy this time, whether it be conversation with friends and throwing frisbees or just the silence of nature by myself. It's just it's a good outlet and a good disconnect from the rat wheel that the world kind of can be at times, you know?
Right. Yeah. If I could keep my phone not strapped to me at times, you know, I definitely do the same thing. When I need to like write, I especially put it on do not disturb. I'm like, the next hour or two, if somebody's going to try and reach me, you know, I think I let the do not disturb thing, I let my mom's calls and Lisa's calls come through, right? Just in case there's like an emergency or something. But for the most part, when I put that on, it's definitely time for me to like zone in, get closer to myself, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a refreshing thing. So I really appreciate you coming on the show. I was really excited. I was really nervous because I wanted this to be a really good show. I'd also been seeing the reels. I've been seeing everything about your life in a while. I haven't made it out to Colorado to see you yet, just with the recession and money and just being busy adults and whatever, you know.
I feel you.
I'm really excited to have you on here because I'm trying to make Feel Free a really big brand this year, and I'm trying to bring all my really awesome friends with me in the process.
Hell yeah. And thank you for reaching out, man. I really appreciate it. It's been fun to chat about it. It was something I was really excited to do. And I hope I impressed. I hope I gave you what you were looking for, my dude.
Honestly, I think all my listeners are going to be really excited with this one. I just had somebody talk about very similar things with sobriety in his rap career, a buddy from Detroit, Michigan named Muncie. And the vibe I got on this call is very similar. You're very inspirational, especially, you know, with telling people about finding hobbies to really give us purpose, you know, with wellness. That's huge. So that's all the time that we got today. Really appreciate you coming out. If you haven't already, give us a like, subscribe, follow, and all those listening and social media platforms. Really appreciate the support from everybody. Give my homie a follow too. It's J_Berwanger. That's BERWANGER for some really cool disc golfing reels, baby. Y'all know the drill. Stay up and feel free. Have a good one.